Good morning. Welcome to day 7 on the Appalachian Trail. I woke up this morning at the Tray Mountain shelter. I slept in the shelter last night and I slept great. I had my headphones in all night and I played rain sounds as white noise to help me fall asleep and distract me from any mice sounds that might exist in the shelter, and it worked amazing. I slept so well. So that's great. It's a little chilly this morning and I am wearing shorts. So hoping to warm up soon, but I might have to change into my pants. It was cold this morning when I woke up too. I was the first one awake at camp. And so I didn't film anything because I was trying to be quiet and not shine lights around people's faces and things. But I had breakfast just outside of the shelter at the fire pit that sits there, and I was being swarmed by mice. All morning I was like fending for myself, fighting mice off my food bag. And they were kind of ruthless and honestly pretty smart. It seemed like, so there were probably 2 or 3 of them, I couldn't tell you, but it was like they were working together, and one of them would come up like on my left side, and then I would look at that one and like, you know, kick my foot out to make it go away, and then immediately one would come up on the right. It was like they were trying to distract me so the other one could get from the other side. Or if I was using both hands, that's when they would like come at me and my stuff. So there was a point where I was like using both hands to get my granola out of a plastic baggie into my cup, and all 3 of them came at me at the same time immediately while I was doing that. So I think they're kind of smart and they know what they're doing, and that those were coordinated attacks. Maybe that's my bad for getting up and eating so early. I woke up at like 5:30, or I was like out of my sleeping bag by 5:30, and so I was eating outside of the shelter before 6. The sun still wasn't up, like it was still dark outside, and so the mice are still active. But man, that was just crazy. It was just, yeah, a lot of mice. I just spent more time defending my food bag than I did enjoying my breakfast. That was cold because I ran out of fuel last night. So I'm looking forward to getting more fuel in town today. Today I'm hiking 11.1 miles to Dix Creek Gap, where I'm getting picked up by one of the other hikers' parents. Lives nearby actually, and so they're bringing 2 cars in to get all 6 of us, and they're gonna drive us into town, take us to Ingalls to Resupply, and then somewhere to get food and maybe a beer, and then dropping me off at the Green Dragon hostel and everybody else back at the trail at Dix Creek Gap, because they're all going to try to go a few more miles today. But I just really want a warm bed tonight. It's supposed to be pretty cold. I also need some internet so I can do some stuff with these videos, and yeah, I also feel like I just need a little bit of time to myself to like plan out my next couple stretches, because it's a little hard to do that on trail. I'm learning. I'm just like so distracted by hiking and eating and setting up stuff and taking down things that I just don't feel like I have a ton of time to think about where I'm going next, how much time I'm spending there, how much food do I need to get at the resupply, stuff like that. I'm sure I'll get used to it, but right now it definitely feels a little bit overwhelming to be planning everything and doing everything at the same time. I'm looking forward to going to the hostel, probably just hanging out in my bunk all night and getting some stuff done. I'd like to catch up on editing all the videos because I've filmed a lot, but I haven't really edited a ton because I was with Christina for the first 4 days, and then these last 2 days I've just been hanging out with people, enjoying my time at the shelters, and so I got a little bit of editing done 2 nights ago. I spent a few hours in my tent because I got to camp so early, but yesterday I was too tired after 16 miles, and we just had a bunch of friends at the shelter. I was too focused on food and sleeping and hanging out, so hoping to get some of that done today at the Green Dragon. and then maybe in a day or two catching back up with the people I've been hiking with. That would be fun. So anyways, that's what I'm doing today. 11.1. It's like 2,400 feet of elevation and like 32 feet of decline, so it's mostly downhill today, which my knees are going to be sad about, but it should feel so easy compared to yesterday. So looking forward to that. It's weird to say that an 11-mile day is going to be easy. Something weird's happening at Swag of the Blue Ridge. Just a shovel, a bunch of trash in the fire pit, and Jesus next to this weird black case that I'm not gonna open. So maybe somebody after me will, and they'll tell me what's in it. I'm out of here. Oh my god, there's so many trilliums right here. Alright, well, it's 9 a.m. and I've already gone 4.5 miles. The trail coming out of Trey Mountain is really forgiving. It's just this like mulch packed dirt trail the whole way, like no rocks or anything. I'll show you. This whole time it's been like that, so it's really easy to walk on, and like you don't have to pay too much attention to where you're putting your feet, which is really what lets you move pretty quick. And then it's mostly downhill. There's been like a couple uphill sections, but nothing too insane. I'm coming up on my first climb. I thought this tree was a cow. It does not look anything like that now. I stopped here at Sassafras Gap to get some water and take a quick snack break, and I thought I'd look at my toe because it's kind of been hurting on the downhill. I was like, oh, I should tape it up so I don't get a blister, but there's already a pretty bad blister, so I'm gonna at least put a band-aid on it and hope it doesn't get worse until I get to the hostel. Man, first blister. The water between Trey Mountain and Kelly Knob is kind of no joke. There are two water sources, one at Sassafras Gap and then another one that's up ahead in another little gap, and both are down a steep hill. And I chose to do Sassafras because it's only 0.1 downhill. The next one's going to be 0.4 downhill. I'm not doing an extra mile for water. So I stopped at Sassafras Gap even though I didn't need water yet. And even that 0.1 mile hill was pretty intense. It was steep. So I'm glad that I didn't wait until I really needed it. I just passed through Addis Gap, and now it is time to conquer Kelly Knob, which is this big old thing in front of me. Should be fun. It's like 780 feet of elevation in about a mile. But only big climb of the day, pretty much the last climb of the day, and then it's all downhill from here. We're gonna go down like 1,300 feet after this. Let's do it. The sun always comes out at the worst time. Don't worry, everyone, I'm catching all your spider webs for you this morning. Someone's got to do it. I definitely just heard a bear, but I didn't see it, which is kind of scary. I don't like that. But I heard something very heavy run through the brush right here. Like somewhere up ahead of me. It's scary because I don't know how close I was. I'm looking up and like paying attention. That was kind of crazy. Hopefully I don't see it. Still going up. At least the trail is mostly flat. It's not super rocky. I have to be close though. And there's apparently a viewpoint up here. So as long as it doesn't rain, I'm gonna stop there and have a snack. There is like a tiny rain cloud above me right now. It feels like rain outside, but no water's coming down yet. I made it to the top, and I guess the viewpoint's on the next little hill, so I'm just gonna go crank that out real quick and then take a break up there. But there's pretty nice views through the trees up here. I'll take it. Wow, there's some big mountains in the back. I wonder if I'm going over those. Holy trilliums. Oh my god. Wow. Made it to Deep Gap, woohoo! I'm gonna go up this hill and then sit down for a minute. I am cruising on the trail today. I've gone 8 miles and I think it's 11:15 a.m. So in theory I could have made the noon shuttle into Hiawassee, which is crazy. I was really worried that I wasn't going to be there in time for the 2 o'clock shuttle, but clearly I'm going to make it, so that's good. I don't have to stress about that, even though I might have another ride into town. I've decided I'm just going to take whatever ride gets there sooner, because I haven't seen anybody else from my group yet. I don't know how far back they are, so I don't know what time they're going to get picked up. And if they're going to get picked up later than 2, I might just ride into town before then and resupply and maybe meet up with them afterward. Easy trails today. This is good after a tough day yesterday. I'll take it. Okay, listen, I had to pee really bad, and so I literally couldn't wait another second. I got up to the top of this blue blaze at the Vista. There's like a campsite. I plopped my bag down. I ran behind that tree. I squatted really quick. I barely made it. And then anytime I'm squatting in the woods, I like to look down at the plants that are touching me. And when I looked down this time, it was poison ivy. And I've never had touched poison ivy that I know of. I don't know if I'm allergic. So I just gave myself a quick little soap and water bath, and hopefully that doesn't turn into a problem. Luckily, I'm getting a shower tonight, so hopefully I can rinse it all off if there's anything else that I missed. But yeah, that's the mishap or adventure for today. Stupid mistake. Anyway, let's go look at this view. Like half a mile from Dix Creek Gap, so I stopped and got water at the last stream before the road. but I'm just carrying it in my hand because it's half a mile and it's downhill, and I care more about taking my shoes off than I do about filtering water. I just know I'm probably going to be sitting by the road for like an hour, so I'm probably going to want something to drink because I'm almost out of water. So yeah, I'm just carrying the dirty water down the hill. Someone made like a little haven over here. There's a bench and a handmade sign. Ponds Cascade. Cute. Oh, my sleeping bag. There's some trail magic for someone, and I bet that'll be really exciting for them. But I'm good. It's the first thing I've seen on the side of the trail, like drink or whatever for hikers. I assume that's what that's for. There's more trail magic. So the end of this day was actually pretty hectic. I didn't film very much of it or talk anymore, but my friend's parents picked all of us up. They took us to Ingalls so we could resupply, which was so sweet of them. We went to the sandbar where I got a burger, fries, and a beer. We hung out for a few hours. We went to the outfitter to get fuel, and then they dropped me off at the Green Dragon, where I spent some time just taking care of myself. I had some phone calls with loved ones. I got to charge my devices and work on some YouTube things. I had a wonderful shower, got my laundry done, and got to put on some comfy loner clothes, cotton clothes. We love that. I'll show you what they look like. I got this Secret Service shirt. It was wonderful. But yeah, today was 10.9 miles. It felt pretty calm, and it was really relaxing to end at a hostel. I'll see you tomorrow.